Matthew Fletcher, and I'm co-owner of Armada Skateshop.
I'm Patrick, owner and operator of Armada Skateshop, and this is our store. Armada was founded in 2010 between me and a friend. I know that rhymes, and it wasn't planned, but it was founded in 2010. It was this little side project. We started humble beginnings, and we're a little humble shop where we are right now, but we're experiencing a lot of growth. You live and you learn. With that being said, we're still here, and it all started because we just wanted to support the growth of the community. We're starting to see a lot more skateboarders in the area, and skateboarders naturally are kind of misunderstood. They're always kicked out of places. They don't have the best of raps. And with that being said, we just wanted to create a home for these guys. You know, another home. You got Black Sheep here, Infinity's Inn, a few other places that kind of cater towards these guys. We just wanted to give them another option. And that's our testimony. You know, and give back. One of our slogans is all we own, we owe. And we do owe it back to the community to give, you know, what we've experienced, share experiences with these guys, and also give back. And that's the #1 goal. The shop, I'll come in, I'll open up, you know, put some signs, clean up a little bit. If it was a successful day closing, I won't have to do any of that stuff. But you know, I'll take some calls, look at some inventory, figure out what we need, what we don't need, what's performing well, look at some trends. Maybe I'll check out some skate videos here and there just to stay relevant. Post some things on social media to keep our activity going, and just let people know that we're here. Around 12 o'clock I'll get hungry. 12, 1 o'clock I'll cut out, get some lunch, you know, and around 4 I'll probably go get my son and come back here and close. But all during that time, you know, helping people out. Customers come in, they have specific needs, shoes, pants, coats, jackets, and things of that nature. And we just look to help those guys out.
I mean, there's obviously a lot of in-house duties when you first get here. Stuff that's, I don't know, count down you put the till out, you sweep, you do inventory sweep, you take inventory of things. Most of the, I would say, it's usually kind of compartmentalized, maybe 50-50. A lot of the day spent with customer interaction. Naturally, you expect that. Then the other half is spent either pre-booking or receiving orders, running around doing money orders. It's things of that caliber, man. All the ingredients to keep a business humming, no matter what that business is. But again, I think the majority of it's done. You know, you're not logging inventory. You're kind of indulging in conversation with patrons. If you're not doing that, then you're logging inventory. It's just the stuff that comes with any small business. A lot of it's just staging products, staging inventory. I don't know. It's all pretty primitive when you actually dial it down. But there's always something to be done. That's for sure. Not just being at a skate shop, but I think any business in general, you keep a lot of plates spinning in the air at all times, and you keep a lot of balls in the air. It's just one of those things that if you can't multitask, you can't do something like this. And it's something that me and Patrick have both had to undergo and kind of learn that balance, because there's always something going on here. So it's kind of a feverish paced thing to do, having any business. But if you can acclimate to that, you'll be fine, for sure.
I have brands ranging from A to Z, man, from almost to Zoo York, from LRG, DGKs of the world, Crew, Supra, Altamont. Looking to acquire more as we go. We're looking to get the Nikes of the world and the Converse of the world at some point. Levi's and things of that nature that really touch home and are classics with everybody. You know, so we really want to hit all genres, all walks of life, and create something for everybody that walks in our doors. Try to keep our prices as modest as possible. We always eat the shipping costs, but we do have to make a living. We do have to put food on the table. With that being said, it was kind of difficult at first getting all our supplies from one supplier. As you can imagine, they don't carry everything that we need. So we had to get out here and kind of like make a name for ourselves and introduce ourselves to people and build relationships with the reps from different companies, such as Supra. Corey Wilkerson is the rep for that. He's a great guy. He opened the doors for us. And that's one thing that we've really been trying to work on and we'll move forward with is branding and having that free advertisement. And not so much free, but you know, we do sponsor some kids. We got 2 kids on the roster, really stellar kids right now, Trey and Zay. I feel, in my contention, that they are the best of Charlotte. They are the cream of the crop. They are Armada. And we'll be using those vessels to kind of build some hype and build up around them, as well as pump them up so that they can take off and do further endeavors, which, you know, I'm pretty sure they would like to tour and go places with skateboarding and take off and not just see Charlotte, but actually, you know, other places, you know, surrounding counties and on the West Coast. With that being said, we just try to give those kids the tools that they need to excel, to take flight, and give them the courage to do so as well. You know, introduce them to some of these reps, introduce them to people, and get them out there, and let them know that we truly support them, wholeheartedly.
In the inception of the shop, we were kind of green as to who was really making an impact in the scene at the time. And I ran to Train Zay. I think my first exposure with them was actually skating a local foundation spot, and outside of them just reminding me of, you know, me and Patrick and ourselves and how we grew up, and maybe even circumstantial issues, you know, sort of lifestyles and how we were living, and just like kind of kids that come from like an indigenous background but are, you know, I don't know, just kind of in the throes of that, and then being super talented. That was my initial encounter with them, and once we actually decided to pull the trigger and do the shop and pursue this, they were just natural choices. They kind of did all the heavy lifting just because they're both uber talented, and I'm humbled on a daily basis that we get to facilitate Train Zay's talent, and I hope we can continue to do that. And you know, I think it's important. It kind of helps the shop for kids to see them. You know, just out skating, because they both have such just rigorous work ethics. They're always out there. I mean, it's not something we even push necessarily. Me and Pat don't have meetings. We don't sit around like, hey, you're not doing this, or you should be doing that. I mean, it's just already instilled with them. And I think their work ethics, you know, their talent is just, it's in concert with their work ethic. You can't have one without the other. And because they put so much time on their board, it couldn't, all it can do is help the shop, you know? It's not really one of those things where, I mean, obviously you gotta be skating. That's kind of what helps the shop for any skater-owned establishment. But like I said, I couldn't ask for 2 better team riders, and hopefully we can kind of be a catalyst for their talent and kind of get them noticed by the people that matter in the industry at some point, because they definitely deserve it for sure. Social media is it's paramount. It kind of helps you reach a broader demographic of people. It's become the template these days, I would say, for any small business. I mean, it's kind of surpasses Facebook and Instagram and websites and things of that nature. You can only yield so many results by word of mouth or by association or with, you know, peers spreading the message. Social media kind of helps you cast that, like I said, that broader net, and kind of reach certain milieus that you otherwise wouldn't be able to reach without it, you know. You know, I think any small business, any large business, all that stuff is synonymous with internet relations now, and it's a detrimental aspect of it, unfortunately, something we all have to indulge in. So, but it helps. Every little bit helps. I think we've already kind of endured. I think any small business has those growing pains. I think we've already kind of endured the initial blitzkrieg of those. We're coming up on 4 plus years actually at this point. It's hard to, really project where the shop's going to be in the future. I think I'll still be here. Hopefully we'll acquire more talent. We'll be able to kind of be a vessel for a larger team, have more people kind of involved, and all that expansion, of course, is dependent on other variables, but hopefully just bring some attention back to Charlotte, some much needed attention. I think Charlotte can be and should be a great jumping off point for any skateboarder. You shouldn't have to move if you've got the talent. There's no reason you have to move around the coast and just to be noticed or to yield some kind of exposure. And I hope the shop can kind of do that at some point. Not just for its own identity, but for the identity of the talent we kind of host as well, you know.